So problem given here, it is on the accelerometer. So what is given in this problem? An accelerometer has suspended mass of 0.01 kg with damp natural frequency 150 Hertz. When it is mounted on an engine undergoing the acceleration 9.81 meter per second square at an operating speed of 6000 rpm, the acceleration recorded by that accelerometer is 9.5 meter per second square. Find the damping constant C and the stiffness K of the accelerometer. Okay. So I will draw the schematic diagram for the accelerometer. So this is the accelerometer. So it is mounted on the engine, which is operating at the speed of 6000 rpm. So this is the engine. So engine rpm, that is the frequency of the engine, this is equal to 6000 rpm. And as it is accelerometer, that means its recorded value, this is Z omega n square. Okay. And the engine acceleration, this is Y omega square. Okay. So refer the equation for accelerometer. Okay. So I will write that equation Z omega n square upon Y omega square. This is equal to 1 upon square root 1 minus r square bracket square plus 2 zeta r square. So this is the equation for accelerometer. So what is Z omega n square? This is the recorded value of acceleration. So this is nothing but recorded acceleration upon the actual engine acceleration. And what is the question? We have to find out the damping constant C. That is means this value, then K value for the accelerometer. And what is given in the problem? Engine undergoing the acceleration. That means actual acceleration is given. So this value is given. So actual engine acceleration. So this value is nothing but Y omega square. And this is 9.81 meter per second square. Then the acceleration recorded by the instrument, that means by this accelerometer. So this value is nothing but Z omega n square. So this value. So recorded acceleration, this is equal to Z omega n square. So this is 9.5 meter per second square. Then the damp natural frequency of the instrument is given. Okay. So what is the damp natural frequency? It is nothing but omega d value. We have two frequencies. One is only natural frequency and second is the damp natural frequency, that is a omega d. So omega d is given, which is a 150 Hertz. Okay. So we will convert this Hertz in terms of radian per second. So 150 Hertz means just multiply it by 2 pi. So omega d, this is equal to 2 pi into this 150. So this is equal to it is a 942.47. So this is a radian per second. And the operating speed is given for the engine. Okay, so this operating speed is nothing but the RPM. So from this, we can get the external frequency. So omega is equal to 2 pi into n divided by 60. Okay. So this is 2 pi into 6000 upon 60. So this is equal to 628.3 radian per second. Okay. So in this problem, the zeta value, this is unknown. Okay. And even R value is unknown because natural frequency is not given. If the natural frequency is given, we can directly find out the ratio omega upon omega n because omega is known value. Okay. So R value, it will become omega upon omega n. But we cannot find out this ratio because omega n is not given. So we will try to convert this formula of R in terms of zeta value. Okay. So how we can convert that? So we will take the ratio omega upon omega d. That is the external frequency, which is the engine's vibration, upon the damped natural frequency of that instrument. Okay. So this ratio we can write as omega upon, what is omega d? In the module 3 basic concepts of vibration, we have seen omega d value as omega n in the square root 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So now this omega upon omega n, you can write this omega upon omega n upon the square root 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So this omega upon omega n is nothing but the R upon this 1 minus zeta square. Now this is equal to, now put the value of omega and omega d. So omega value, that is external frequency, is 628.3. Omega d is given. So this omega d value, this is 942. Okay. So this ratio, that is a omega upon omega d. So this is 0.66. So equate this. So we will get R and the R square, this value, this is equal to, so take this square of right side. So this is 0.435 in bracket 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So 0.435 minus 0.435 zeta square. Now refer that equation of z omega n square upon y omega square. So this is equal to, sorry, this is 1 upon square root 1 minus r square bracket square plus 2 zeta r bracket square. Okay. Now put the value of z omega n square. So this is equal to 9.5 and y omega square, this is equal to 9.81. Okay. Now just simplify this equation and write the equation in terms of r square and zeta. Okay. And then replace the r square by this value, this complete value. So this ratio 9.5 upon 9.81 So this is equal to 0.96. Okay. Okay, so now find out this value 1 upon 0.96 and square both the sides. So we can cancel out this square root. So this is 1.06 and this is equal to 1 minus r square bracket square plus 2 zeta r bracket square. Okay. Now expand this square. So it will become 1 plus r raised to 4 minus 2 r square plus 4 zeta square r square. Okay. Now in this equation, put this value of r square. Okay. So we have to put the value of r square and then write the complete equation in terms of zeta. So 1.06, this is equal to this 1 plus, now this r raised to 4 is nothing but r square square. So we can write this 0.435 minus 0.435 zeta square bracket square minus 2, this is 0.435 minus 0.435 zeta square plus 4 zeta square in bracket Okay, now simplify this complete equation and find out the value of zeta from this equation. Okay. So if you expand this equation, just you need to square this term and then you can simplify the equation. So I will write directly answer zeta is equal to. So this is 0.7253. Okay, we can check it afterwards. So we have got this zeta value from this equation. So zeta, this is 0.7253. Now refer the formula for damped frequency, which is omega n in square root 1 minus zeta square. Okay, omega d is given. So omega d value is 942.48. This is equal to omega n in the square root 1 minus 0.7253 square. Okay, so you will get the value of natural frequency. So this is 1368.9 radian per second. So this is the natural frequency. Now here we have to find out the stiffness for that vibrometer. Okay, so this vibrometer mass, so it is mounted on spring and damper. Okay, so this spring stiffness we can find out by this formula. Omega n is nothing but square root k upon m. So this is equal to 1368.9 radian per second. So mass is given. So refer the first line of the problem. Mass is 0.01 kg. So this mass 0.01 kg. So put this value. And then find out the value of k, that is the stiffness. So this stiffness is so 18,738.56. And then the damping factor is damping constant C we can find out from the relation of zeta. So zeta is equal to C upon Cc. Okay, so C upon 2m omega n, because formula for Cc is 2m omega n. Okay, so C is equal to 2 zeta m into omega n. So 2 into 0.725 into mass is 0.01 into omega n value is 1368. Okay, so calculate the C value. So this is 19.86. So this is Newton second per meter. Okay, so this is your final answer, value of C and the stiffness of the spring. So if you want, you can take the screenshot. Okay, now refer the second problem. So here, the seismic instrument, seismic means it is the vibration instrument. So seismic instrument is mounted on machine which is running at 1000 RPM. The natural frequency of the seismic instrument is 20 radian per second. The instrument records the relative amplitude as a 0.5 mm. Compute the displacement, velocity, acceleration of the machine, and damping is neglected. Okay, so as the damping is neglected, the zeta value is 0. Okay, so this seismic instrument, that means the vibrometer, so it is mounted on some machine surface. So this is the machine surface. So there is no damper. This is the relative value, that is called as a recorded value, Z. This is mass. And this is the actual value of vibration for the machine. So what is given? The seismic instrument is mounted on the machine which is running at 1000 rpm. Okay, so this 1000 rpm, it is nothing but the external frequency. Okay, so n is given from this omega is equal to 2 pi n upon 60. Okay, so this is 2 pi into 1000 upon 60. Okay, so this is equal to 104.71. So this is the external frequency of this machine. The natural frequency of that seismic instrument, this is 20 radian per second. So omega n is given, which is a 20 radian per second. Okay, the instrument records the relative amplitude of 0.5 mm. That means directly the Z value is given. So this is basically vibrometer, not this is accelerometer. So Z value, this is given as 0.5 millimeter. Okay, and we have to find out the displacement, velocity, acceleration of the machine. So for the machine, this is a displacement, that is a capital Y. Then we have to find out what is the velocity and what is acceleration. Okay, and zeta is 0. So as this is a vibrometer, that means we should use the equation of vibrometer. So vibrometer is Z upon Y. This is equal to R square upon square root 1 minus R square bracket square plus 2 zeta R bracket square. Okay. So Z is given, which is equal to 5 mm. Sorry, 0.5 mm. So this is 0.5, 10 raised to minus 3 meter. Y is unknown. Now the frequency R or frequency ratio R, this is equal to omega upon omega n. So omega we have calculated as a 104.71 and natural frequency, so it is given directly 20. So this ratio omega upon omega n, so this is 5.23. Okay, so in this formula substitute the value R as a 5.23 square upon, as zeta is 0, so this total term will be 0. So in the bracket, this will become 1 minus R square bracket square. Okay, so this is 1 minus 5.23 square. Okay, so finally you will get the positive answer if you take the square root. So that value will be sorry, this is 1 minus 5.23 square. So this is 0.5 10 to the power minus 3 capital Y. So calculate the capital Y from this equation. So this capital Y is equal to 0.48 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay, so this is equal to 0.48 millimeter. So this is the recorded actual value of the displacement for that machine surface. Now we have to find out the velocity. Okay, so velocity we can find out by displacement equation. So displacement equation, we have y is equal to capital Y sine omega t for the machine. So y dot will be y omega cos omega t. Just we have to differentiate this equation. Okay, so this is velocity y omega. So capital Y into omega. So capital Y is 0.48 and omega value, this is 104.71. Okay, so calculate this value. And acceleration, again differentiate this. So y double dot is equal to y omega square sine omega t, just it is negative value, but its amplitude, this is y omega square only. So this is y omega square. So y is 0.48 into omega value is 104.71 square. Okay. So this is the value of acceleration. So this is how you can solve this problem, which is on the vibrometer. So I hope you have understood this. Okay, so note down this next problem. So in this problem, an accelerometer has a natural frequency of 15 kilohertz. Okay. Determine the highest frequency it can measure within 1% of accuracy, assuming the damping factor as a 0.7. So zeta is given for that accelerometer is 0.7. The natural frequency of that accelerometer is 15 kilohertz. So 15 10 to the power 3 hertz. So we can convert this in terms of radian. So multiply by 2 pi. Okay, so this is radian per second. And the accuracy is given 1%. Okay. So what is given? Determine the highest frequency it can measure. That means highest frequency of the machine surface we can measure by using that instrument within 1% of accuracy. So highest frequency means external frequency. We have to find out this value. Okay. So if you want to find out this value, we have to first find out what is the ratio omega upon omega n. Okay. So by using the formula of the accelerometer, we have to find out this ratio. Okay. So refer the formula for accelerometer. We have z omega n square upon y omega square. This is equal to 1 upon the square root 1 minus r square bracket square plus 2 zeta r bracket square. Okay. So what is given? 1% of accuracy. So what is meaning of 1% of accuracy? This z omega n square, this is the recorded value. Okay. And this is the actual value. So if recorded value z omega square, if it is equal to y omega square, okay, so the instrument is 100% accurate, okay, and 0% error. Okay. So what is 1% accuracy? That means there is a error of 1% in the measurement. That means recorded value, either it will be 1% greater than the actual value, or it is 1% less than the actual value. Okay. So this ratio z omega n square upon y omega square. So we will write this z omega n square. This is equal to y omega square plus 1% of y omega square. This is one possibility. Okay. So it will become 1.01 of y omega square. So this is z omega n square. So if you take the ratio, so it will become z omega n square upon y omega square. This is equal to 1.01. Okay. Second possibility will be we have to subtract it 1% from the y omega square. So it will become 0.99 or 0.99. So we have to find out the ratio R for 1.01 and for 0.99. Okay. So we will take z omega n square upon y omega square. This is equal to 0.99. This is first value. This is equal to 1 upon this square root 1 minus r square plus, now zeta value is given. Okay, so zeta is equal to 0.7. So 2 into 0.7 into r bracket square. Okay, so now we have to simplify this equation. So we can square both the sides. So 0.99 square, this is equal to 0.98. This is equal to 1 upon. We can cancel the square root when we square the term. So this is 1 minus r square. So this is 1. I will directly expand this. Plus r raised to 4 minus 2r square plus. So 2 into 0.7, this is 1.4. So this is 1.96 into r square. Okay. So we will get the equation as, this is r raised to 4th. This is minus 2 plus 1.96. So minus 0.4 r square plus 1, and this is equal to 1 upon 0.98. Okay. So this is 1.02 on the right hand side. So finally equation will be r raised to 4 minus 0.04 r square and minus 0.02, sorry, 0.02, and this is equal to 0. So now this is similar to the quadratic equation. Just we have to assume r square as a x. Okay. And therefore this equation will be x square minus 0.04 x minus 0.02. This is equal to 0. Okay. Now solve this quadratic equation and find out the value of x. So we will get the two values of x. So the first value is plus 0.163 and second is negative. So we will neglect this value as it is negative. So take the x 0.1. What is x? It is nothing but r square. So r square is equal to 0.163 and therefore r value, take the square root. So it is 0.4. Okay, so this is the frequency ratio when the error is minus 1%. That means this ratio is 0.99. So put the value of r as a omega upon omega n. This is equal to 0.4. So as omega n is known, so omega n is 15 kilohertz. So omega is equal to 0.4 into 15 kilohertz. Okay. So this is equal to 6 kilohertz. So this is the maximum value when we assume the error as a error minus 1%. Now we can take the value plus 1%. So just replace this value as a 1.01. Again solve this equation and find out the value of r and then find out this value. Okay. So complete the remaining calculation by taking the ratio as 1.01. So this is for the first calculation, 0.99, and answer is 6 kilohertz. So we will expect some problems in the exam based on these errors. So this is for acceleration.